All right. So it's time to turn this thing in. Right? And could parts be better? Of course. Do I look at it in some places and just wince? Sure.
I wince a lot because if I squint enough, it
Yeah.
doesn't look that bad.
Exactly. But the deadline is here, and now just that finishing pass I did. You see the difference? It really helps. So, now what do I do? How do I turn it in? I turn off the background. And I have my blank white background, which is underneath everything. And that will show me if I have any major things that need to be erased. And I mean like things out here or something. And I don't. So it's fine. And I leave it up to you whether you want to turn it in as a JPEG so that it fills in with white, or whether you want to turn it in as a PNG. But I don't want any background on these.
Do we turn in the reference right next to it? I mean, I don't
Yes. So you're going to turn in two things for assignment 9. So I'm just going to save this quick as a PNG to the desktop. I'm glad I added the antlers. Now it does look like a little pygmy caricature of a deer instead of a llama dog. Okay, and then I'm also going to turn in the reference. And that's the dominant photo I used. I don't need to turn in the antler reference, right? And I might want to crop that reference just to what I actually used, which is this. So let me go ahead and crop it. Save that. And those are the only two things I need to submit, right? So I go to PhotoBucket. After this semester, you will lose access to PhotoBucket, right? So that's why you need to remember to bring in a thumb drive or bring in a portable hard drive. Grab your files. PhotoBucket isn't where you want to be grabbing your stuff from anyway. It's only online file formats. You want to save your TIFFs and your PSDs. Come on, PhotoBucket. And you probably aren't going to miss it. You do keep control or keep access to our public YouTube channel. So all of these videos for this semester and all the past semester, all there for you. Just look up NLC Arts Lab, and you can always find it. And I'll keep, as long as I'm teaching this class, I'll keep adding to it, right? And I've got, 59 subscribers. You can become a subscriber.
When you get 100 subscribers, you can change the URL to whatever you want.
I didn't know that. Oh, I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Let's all subscribe again.
Yeah, I had no idea. I've never made a call for subscribers before. Well, I'm just waiting for PhotoBucket to load. Okay, here we go.
Well, now you have motivation to make people.
Yeah, I want more subscribers.
What's the URL that says NLC Arts Lab and not?
Exactly. That'd be great. Come on. PhotoBucket is going very slow.
Oh, so it's not just me. Is anyone else having a cell phone about this?
It depends on the day. Some days it functions, some
See,
days.
even the computer wants to take the day off.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Well, so let's talk about some housekeeping while this is trying to get to the library. This is the last project that I will grade, right? The next project is the one that I'm really excited to get started. And that's the one that will be graded by class critique, just like the midterm. And so for that project, you really want to have something that looks fully finished. And that goes right from the idea phase. And the difference is, I don't tell you how to do this project. I don't tell you what programs to use, what techniques to try. I don't demo it for you. Instead, I'm going to help you each individually develop your own ideas. So if you go into the course, you will see under assignment sheets, what you are responding to. So this is assignment 10, your final project. Let me download the assignment sheet. And then we have, I can download this. I don't want it to actually play. And then you have a song that we are responding to. Right. So if you look at the assignment sheet, it's all about responding to the prompt, which is the song in this case, with your own original idea. All right, here we go. So let's finish up assignment 9. Come on, come on. And then we'll do a critique of it. All right, it's painful to make people watch this, so I'm going to pause. So this is my PNG file that I'm going to submit. While we're waiting for PhotoBucket to load, I'm going to show you how you can kind of mess with it. And notice I'm doing this only after I finished everything. So I make a duplicate of my PNG, and then if I go to Filter, I'm going to go to the Filter Gallery. And we've only used this before for halftone dots, and generally the only filter I show you in digital art is Gaussian blur, right? So let me shrink this down so I can see it. And you can see how your digital painting, that's how the halftone dots would work. But there are some interesting ones, like under artistic, you can see how the programmers at Adobe can program in what they think different materials would be, like colored pencil. It is. This is a very old one, yeah. And yeah, doesn't look great. Looks like one of those Chuck E. Cheese portraits. Right. But the one I love is called plastic wrap, because it looks like melted wax. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it just, all it does is it separates warms from the cool colors, and then it gives it a little embossed shape. And for whatever reason, that's the only filter that doesn't look overly digitized to me. And because I like to paint with wax, I paint with encaustic, pigment melted in beeswax. I don't do it this heavily, but I like some of these effects. But then there's like sponge painting. The plastic wrap one I actually like. And that might actually have some use. So you can just play with them. Neon glow, all of those. Let's see how PhotoBucket's doing. Still not going to go in. See if I go directly to an album if that works. Right here. Yeah, the computer punishes you if you turn it off. So if I use this plastic wrap on a layer, right? I did it on a copy. Then what I can do is use a layer style and use opacity. So if I use soft light, it gives a little bit of body to my brush strokes. See that? This gives a little extra weight to them. If I use pin light, let's see what happens. Not a whole lot, except for on the edges. If I just use overlay, it will really darken them, but give it a lot more depth. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a new layer, a duplicate. And then I'll really mess with the colors. Especially if it's getting dark, I'll push the levels brighter in the midtones. Limit the shadows. Set it to normal mode. Really push the color balance. And this is kind of like a full layer of glazing that then I can blend in. It's like a texture overlay using your own pixels. So then you can try overlaying like that. So now this digital painting has a little bit of extra life to it, right? It's kind of interesting. And now, if I merge all of these together, because this is just my PNG, remember? So if I say layer merge visible instead of flatten image, it will keep it as a transparent PNG. But then I can use the eraser and I can clean up the edge because it's all on one layer now. I don't need to go through all my different paint layers. So anything that looks kind of hazy, I can clean up. Anywhere I painted too far. That can be really easy to see. Whoops. If you make a new blank layer, move it behind and fill it with gray or with white. I'll just do white. And then you can see the things you want to erase. And my eraser still remembers my brush settings. Maybe eventually I want to add a little tail to him or something, but right now this works. And soften that back edge a bit. And this is the one layer of finish I don't have, so I'm going to switch to the brush really quickly. Just paint in at this low opacity, try to get some of those flat colors more resolved. They're still peeking through. All right. Yeah, and then all of these that I couldn't see with the gray background, I can kind of tighten up here. All that underpainting still showing through. Now usually this would get cleaned up as you paint a background behind whatever your digital painting is. But since we're not doing a background, and you might be asking or thinking to yourself, but this is just a PNG. This is a low quality online image. Well, it's not low quality yet. It's only low quality when it's opened and saved over and over again. So before I do that, I'm going to move this PNG as a layer onto my PSD file. So if I open up the one I've been working on, if I have it nicely organized, it should be easy to find. So there he is. And now I take my PNG layer that I've been playing with, that's now erased out and clean. I select all, I copy, I go up here to the very top above my finishing pass and I paste. I can line him up. And the only reason he didn't paste in exactly is because I didn't have a background. I'm going to line up that highlight in the eye. There we go. Right? And I'm going to call this the combined finish. And then I can fade it in with my original. Because again, the great advantage of digital painting is you can see lots of different options and then decide on the ones that are best. Then I'm going to save that with the gray background. Nice. And then I can turn